Alright, day 572, and it hasn't changed. Just kidding. I just don't know how many days it's been. But it is a new day. New day to conquer. And conquer we shall. We have a lot of work to do still. I still have to wire that up, but it is fine because I have done that. So, after I get done with the front, I'll do the back. Then after I get done with that, I think it's time to do the inside. And that means still finishing the front, but the firewall. So all that stuff. So, another day to conquer. Another day to have struggles. Fun. Okay, so the front bumper is now hooked up. These are your running lights, blinking lights, your running lights and your blinkers, high beam, low beams. Ran it nice. The only thing you see is these all the way down. The straps are underneath. You might not be able to see it, but they're there. Ran it over here, hooked it up here. The one thing that I wish I could change if it wasn't too late and I spent a whole day on was the tape job. I just kind of got a little lazy and I am kind of crunched for time. Instead of taking out these connectors that were already in these plugs, instead of taking them out, sleeving them with a braid or heat shrink or something, I just, yeah, said screw it and I'll figure it out later. And then later came and future Nick had to figure out how to make it look a little bit better, because it looked decent with the zip ties. I don't know. The zip ties just aren't like, shouldn't be a permanent thing in my mind. And not saying that the harness isn't going to have zip ties somewhere, because it's probably going to have a good amount of zip ties underneath the dash. But so the next thing I will do, I'm going to cut these 2 wires right here and just make them pretty long enough to come right here. There is no ground going back, just like the factory harness. There's no like clean grounds. And I was going to put a distribution block somewhere out here. I think I would still put one on the motor just in case for like future shit that we don't think of. There'll always be a clean ground, because I'm just not a huge fan of like boom, bolt right here, you know, ground. But for the front, I will do it, mainly because I kind of forgot about the ground part. But yeah, that's why I'm doing it, because I forgot to run a ground back and I had already done all. It's kind of like 50-50 on if I'm going to be doing a ground block out here. Not a big, I don't need a bus of ground, but something with like 6, you know, 3 stacked on top of each other, a 6 terminal ground. But it's for later Nick, and right now is present Nick, and present Nick needs to hook up power to the relay, or not to the relay, but the fan. Move everything off of the front of that, do the fan, and then yeah, put the put this thing on that thing, on that thing. Okay, so as you can see, the front clip is on, but just like this car goes, you add anything new to this or you change it in any way, it will bite you in the ass. And it was all going good, but I noticed that this side was being a mofo. But we are almost there, and it is almost time to go home. I spilled all my zip ties, of course, and I'm waiting to spill that again, and I'm waiting to spill that, and spill those. But you know, you got to have some kind of risk, otherwise life is not an adventure. Okay, so it is the end of the day, and the front still isn't done. It's done, but it's not done. I gotta just connect the bolt, or I gotta connect the harness, connect the harness down there, as you can see, and then connect it to the lower blinker running lights. I had totally forgotten about the vacuum pump right here. This is just going to be kind of boom like this. Still haven't cleaned up my mess. But it's Friday. I'm tired. I'm over it. So, that is the car. Looks pretty empty. Oh my god, my grandpa must have been in here trying to help me or something. Just kidding, just kidding. We already roasted him enough. Alright. Well, I'm gonna clean up, get the hell out of here, and I will catch you guys later.